Welcome to Thriving Teacher Talk. I'm your host, Jillian Fernandez. I'm a former teacher from New York turned full-time mom and teacherpreneur on a mission to help you create a profitable and sustainable income selling your teaching resources or services. I'm here to make your life easier by giving you the best advice, trainings, and mindset shifts to grow your business, and most importantly, save you time and sanity. A few weeks ago, we talked about the cycle of perfectionism and procrastination. And man, I know I need that reminder every once in a while. So it was really great to talk with you about that. I love seeing how we can grow when we learn to identify these things that try to hold us back. And it's so empowering to learn some tools to help us move forward better and stronger. And so today we're going to talk about one of my favorite tools for breaking out of procrastination. I mean, even when you understand why you're procrastinating, or at least have learned to start recognizing that feeling of being overwhelmed and just feeling stuck, or kind of like you're lacking motivation, you still need a good way to get out of it. I mean, sometimes you do just have to wait it out, and that's okay if it clears up in a couple of hours or maybe a day or so. But when your mind just gets stuck there and it starts to feel crippling, then you need some tools to find that motivation any way that you can. And this works too when you don't have that hour or 24 hours to wait it out. This is my favorite cheat code to bust myself out of procrastination. So, procrastination, even if you know why it's happening, can be hard to break. Sometimes you feel like you just have to wait it out. But when you know you just need to find that motivation any way you can, this is why we're going to walk through at that 3-step cheat code that I love to use and offer my students. This will help you get started and find that motivation. So, before we get started with all of that goodness, I want to pause quickly for this episode's sponsor, which is my own program, Thriving Teacher Academy. And if you've been waiting for the doors to open, you don't have to wait much longer. Doors are opening on November 18th. When you join Thriving Teacher Academy, you're entering a community of teachers on a mission to make an impact beyond their classroom. It's designed to help you understand the essentials to creating resources that solve problems and fill a need, and create a thriving, growing TPT store to share with teachers all over the world. It's easy to think that you have to go the DIY route as a teacherpreneur. We're just used to figuring things out as teachers, but Thriving Teacher Academy is the doorway to a better path out where you can streamline your process while you start and scale your business. And I'm so excited that it's been totally updated in the last couple months. A new, cleaner look and so much more organized and easier to use, all based on feedback from existing students. It has more templates and more things that are going to help you learn all the things you need to. And you can learn more about all of this, all about the amazing tutorials, video trainings, and templates with the link in the show notes. I'm so excited to see you on the inside when the doors open on November 18th. All right, are you ready for this 3-step cheat code to get you unstuck from procrastination? Let's dive right in. Step 1, write it. Get those thoughts and goals the heck down on paper. Having those ideas just floating around in your head just don't do any good. You can think and tweak and rethink for hours and days if you just leave all of those ideas in your head. So just to start, grab a piece of paper, a notebook, a paper napkin, if that's all you can find, but something that you can actually write on. Yes, this means you're looking for a pen or a pencil too. Now, you could do this on your computer or your phone, but there's something totally different that happens in your head when you actually write it. So I'm recommending that piece of paper, but your computer or phone are better than just trying to skip this altogether. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. Do what's going to work for you, but just start writing. Put those thoughts down, get them out of your head where you can see them, your dreams, your fears, your reasons not to, and your great big whys. Try to focus on those goals and dreams, but really there's no judgment in this step, no analyzing, just get it down. Also, don't take a long time to do this. Set a timer for 15 to 20 minutes. And if you're ready to stop before that, that's okay too. You just want that timer so you don't use this as yet another reason to procrastinate. A few of the prompts I really like to use when I do this are: today I will, this week I will, and I will be proud if I. You can kind of see how these deal with the right now, a little further out, and a big goal. It's a bit of progression. And if you're using that timer, like use that timer, you can plan about 3 to 5 minutes for each of these. If you're really stuck in one area, you might have a different prompt or focus on just one of these. Again, no right or wrong way to do this. Just get it down. Just start writing. Once you've got everything down, you're ready for a quick break. Go grab that coffee or a taco, walk around the block, and then come back and look at what you've written. Now you're ready for step 2, which is to start taking action. Choose or create a goal from everything you've written down and start breaking it down into a plan. And this is like a detailed plan with simple steps that will take you from here to there. So your very first action will be to get that goal in mind and create a task list. Then break that list into individual steps. You should have things that are kind of mindless to do, like those things that you don't have to take a lot of time on, and then the things that are going to take more brain power. Then take that list and prepare everything you need for each step in advance. This is going to take away all of those stalls, so you don't have to do anything extra when it comes to getting into your plan of action. All of the preparation is action. Create a realistic timeline for how long each piece will take and how long your overall goal will take. Then do that very first thing. The preparation is action, and the first step is the most important action. Remember, it can be a mindless thing or something that takes more brain power. Just start. And if your inner perfectionist creeps in, trying to convince you that you don't know what you're doing or you can't start yet, kindly thank this part of you for trying to protect you from judgment, and remind yourself that messy action is better than no action at all, and start anyway. So write it down and then start taking action. The last step in this cheat code, step 3, is to take that start and create your new pattern. You've written it down, you can see that goal, you've broken it down into a list, and you have a plan. You've started. Now is the time to commit, but not to perfection. Commit to completing one action step, just one, at least one, whatever it makes it doable for you. But commit to one action step per day for the next 5 days, just 5 days, but with no exceptions. You can do almost anything for 5 days. And you've created a plan with bite-sized pieces, simple things you already know you can do. This also helps wrap your head around doing them for 5 days. Also, build in those breaks, snacks, and fun rewards, because that is my favorite part. I love it. Plus, those little breaks and rewards help your brain focus, and it helps keep all of this process enjoyable. So keep going for 5 days. If you're changing your pattern, you've got to build in some fun. And I got to tell you, I love planning those little rewards. It's so great. And creating a new pattern does take a little time and a lot of repetition, like really a lot. 5 days is easy to commit to, way easier than, say, a whole month. But your real goal is to start with those 5 days and be able at the end of them go, that was easy. I can keep going, and repeat it for another 5 days. And pretty soon, it's a whole new pattern. Now, I'll be honest, because that's how I do things. These steps sound easy. Write it, start it, make a pattern, boom. But it takes some real work. Sometimes I struggle to get through all of them, especially those 5 days in a row. But I know it's possible because I've done it over and over. Knowing that it's a cheat code helps me get back on track, and I know it can help you too. This process really helps break things down into easily achievable things, one step at a time, and you make real progress. It's kind of like the snowball effect. Once you've gotten through that initial 5 days of consistent progress, that's when the real momentum comes, and it starts to feel like nothing can stop you. It's the stopping that we usually let ourselves do that makes it difficult to stay motivated. That's why that 5 days is so important. It's easy to do 2 or 3 on a whim, but without commitment to yourself, stuff usually comes up, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. So this code is 5 days, no excuses, but you can do it because you have easy bite-sized tasks all lined up. And don't forget those breaks and rewards. Get yourself a taco. And as you're working through this, observe any distractions that show up and try to derail you. Write them down. Don't take a lot of time writing, just get them out. Then tell yourself you're not going to give in to those distractions. You've committed to those 5 days. You've committed to get that momentum. You've committed to making this goal happen one step at a time. And take a moment, maybe lots of moments, to remember why this goal is so important to you. You can do that in those little breaks that you've included, or just anytime you have a few moments to think. Remind yourself that you were made for this. Slow and steady wins the race, and slow is okay for getting started. Everyone starts somewhere. So you can start with a notebook. You can listen to a podcast. You can get an idea from anywhere, get inspiration from any place. Any of them can be your starting point. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3 plus a little time and commitment. Write it, start it, commit to creating that new pattern. Yep, still work. But when it's broken down and simplified like that, you can create your new pattern. Are you ready to start today? Now, remember, Thriving Teacher Academy is opening on November 18th. If you're not on the wait list yet, make sure to sign up today. It's one little step that you can do in just a few moments. I'm so excited for this launch because everything's so much more organized, more accessible for you, and even more practical. This course plus your commitment will help you set up and grow your thriving TPT store. And I'm so excited to meet you and watch it happen. I can't wait to chat with you next time as we are continuing to prioritize our growth. If you loved this episode, be sure to subscribe so you can catch all new episodes. Leave a review if something resonated, or even just send me a DM. Thank you for letting me into your business and your life today. We're going to love growing together as you create a profitable and sustainable income selling your teaching resources or services. I'm so honored to be here to make your life a little bit easier with the best advice, trainings, and mindset shifts to grow your business, and most importantly, save you time and sanity. I'll see you in the next one.